4 complete strangers.
I hope he spoils it.
He's loud.
Invite each to host their perfect dinner party.
Hello.
Namaste, namaste.
So sorry.
Kenako.
Ask them to score in secret.
You serve him coffee in bed.
Every single morning when he's home, he gets coffee in bed.
And watch them sum each other up.
It's called gay.
I plan to party with you.
Oh, and I still have to score you.
All in a bid to win a 10,000 Rand prize. Tonight, we're networking in Johannesburg's northern suburbs, an area where business is king, a place where people step up to the plate, give each other the heads up, and tick all the boxes. It takes determination to survive here. You have to be like our first host, Karen Young. She's a lawyer and getting ready to hold court.
I'm from New York. I'm in South Africa for 2 years. I'm about a year and a half into it. People see me as sort of the quirky American.
Contestant number 2 quirkily refers to himself as Dr. Phil. Not a doctor at all, but an IT consultant. Meet Phil Coombs.
I'm known as Dr. Phil. That's what they call me.
OK, Dr. Phil.
For some reason or other, people come to me with issues, whether they're personal or work-related, and I like that.
Good for you. Maybe the next contestant will be lining up for a consultation. Housewife Charisse Tyra.
I then met my husband 3 years ago, and a year later he said I could stop working and become a director of home affairs.
Hope there's a salary with the title.
Now I get to do everything that I never did before. I like to wait on my husband, serving Richard coffee in bed in the morning with his vitamins and making his breakfast.
Last up is opinionated environmental scientist Nsako Baloy.
I'd hate to have dinner with a bimbo. I don't want to explain my jokes or explain my satire. I expect you to get it. My sense of humor is very spontaneous. I like to be the one, to be the one leading the conversations, the one making people laugh. So if there's someone similar, there'll probably be that competing personalities.
Tonight, it's Karen's turn to compete.
I'm really working on my patience. Because as a New Yorker, you don't really have patience. The saying, just now, that's the thing that killed me when I first got here, just now, which can mean anything from soon to I'll get to it when I get to it. I don't know what this is.
Well, it's just 6 hours until the guests arrive, and Karen can't just get to it.
The oven's not turning on. It's not turning on. My oven is not working.
Yes, you could really do with it working now. Now. Hello, here comes the caretaker. He's going to try and fix it. In the meantime, Karen skips to another job and throws together ready chopped fruit for dessert.
Well, now with the delay, I'm glad I chose this option as opposed to cutting everything up. So basically, I won't be able to use this today.
Yikes. You laughing, Karen, or crying?
Okay. All right, thanks so much, Debbie. Okay, bye. We have a plan B. My friend Debbie, who is actually leaving her apartment shortly, has graciously agreed to allow me to come. I'm like, what must I look like? Hauling my bags of stuff. And I need pots and pans, but hopefully she has pots and pans. I don't want to bash South Africa, but I feel like if we were in the US, this thing would be fixed in an hour.
Well, you're not, and it's not, so stop moaning.
I'm getting stressed.
2 locations and 3 meals to prep. The pressure's on.
Oh, man. Okay. Foreign kitchen, but we'll make do.
Not a moment too soon, Karen's able to start on cream of corn soup with bell peppers.
It doesn't ring my bells. Pardon the pun.
Get it, bell, pepper.
I like soup and I like corn.
You should love Phil, then.
Oh, no. Cream of corn soup in spring. Yuck.
Charming.
So this is a little more watery than I would like. I'd like it to have a little more consistency.
That nervous laughter's gone up an octave. Karen now concentrates on her main, slightly southern fried chicken with macaroni and cheese, sautéed spinach and polenta muffins.
Oh, hope people like paprika if they don't.
Slightly southern fried chicken. So what does slightly mean? This person is either an American or a wannabe American because it's slightly southern.
Hilarious.
I don't call it true Southern fried chicken, one, because I personally am not from the South. Also, I've changed around some of the technique a bit.
The technique she skipped was not soaking the chicken in buttermilk, but she's still deep frying it in lashings of fat.
It's not looking too bad.
I don't see how macaroni and cheese fits with fried chicken.
To the left or the right, I imagine. To prepare the macaroni, Karen simply mixes in piles of grated cheese. Crikey, I can feel my arteries hardening.
All right.
Karen now has to dash back to her own apartment to fetch the pudding ingredients for sweet potato pie and Kentucky Derby pie with whipped cream and fruit salad.
Kentucky, so there's a thing with Kentucky here. Southern fried, and now there's Kentucky Derby pie. Is this person American?
Well done, Beloy. The American is busy with her bourbon-infused Kentucky Derby pie, made with a good glug of bourbon.
Okay. So this is more than I would normally put in. Hopefully it's not too much.
I'm actually a Seventh-day Adventist. So it's part of our beliefs, actually my beliefs as well. Part of the principles that I don't take any alcohol and I don't take any pork.
It is smelling very bourbon-y. So I think I overdid it on the bourbon.
I like this.
Good.
Actually, it looks like a boarding school meal.
I'm hoping as the first person this week that the food is so good and the vibe is so good that they're gonna go home and they're gonna start worrying. That's what I want.
Confident talk after a tricky start.
That's the last of it. Now I'm gonna make myself a gracious hostess.
While the gracious hostess dusts down from the day, the guests are about to arrive for their stateside supersized feast. First in, housewife Charisse.
Hello, hi, I'm Karen.
Hi, Karen. Pleased to meet you. I'm Charisse.
Hi, Charisse, come on in.
I love the Americans. She's typical American.
I'm sensing there's not a lot you don't love.
What a home.
Anything to drink? I have champagne, sparkling grape juice, white wine, red wine,
I will
soft
go
drinks.
for some sparkling grape juice, please. I don't do alcohol very well, so I'll drink, but I either take over the party or I regret it tomorrow morning.
The next guest won't have any regrets. It's teetotal Beloy.
Hello, hi, I'm Karen.
Nice to meet you, Karen.
And last contestant to welcome is Dr. Phil, clutching a bottle for the host.
Hello.
Hello,
I'm
hi.
Karen.
I'm Phil. Pleased to meet
Hi,
you.
Phil. Come on in.
Also, you're also doing grape juice.
I'm on the hard stuff.
Ah, awkward.
I have white wine, red wine, and champagne.
Great. I'm glad you got drinks because I thought if you don't have drinks, I'm going to crack this open in the toilet and drink it on my own.
For once, I don't think he's joking.
I don't have any judgment on people who don't drink. I have fun when I do, and I have even more fun when I drink more.
Not sure it'll be more fun for everyone else. Karen's microwaved the starter, and here it is. Cream of corn soup with ding-dong bell peppers.
Oh, it looks delicious. Thank you.
Get your snout out, Phil.
Yum. That was very watery. Give me a straw, rather, than a spoon. Throw the mealies in there, corn it up, and make it thick and yum.
Phil, I think you'll provide enough corn on your own.
It was not nice at all. I didn't enjoy it.
Well, I love corn soup, so it was nice.
Yes, nice. Time for the nice main course.
It looks good. See if it holds up to the microwave. So I'm a little worried about the microwave taking some of the crispness away from the skin, but I'm willing to trade that for the warmth of the chicken.
A convincing argument from the lawyer there.
Well, there's always the blowtorch.
There's no oven and no blowtorch, just a microwave to heat it up. Slightly southern fried chicken with macaroni and cheese, sautéed spinach and polenta muffins.
Wow.
It's not for the
Thank
faint-hearted.
you.
Definitely.
Dig in!
Waddle out of here.
Wow, that's a food mountain.
Maine's was huge, but delicious.
I would serve macaroni cheese as a meal, but it's a nice compliment. Macaroni cheese. That's a meal on its own, for goodness sake.
Steady with the wine, Phil.
So Charisse, what do you do?
Karen, I'm Director of Home Affairs.
Oh, okay.
housewife. I'm a housewife.
She had me.
Yes, I remarried a couple of years ago. And I'd never been very lucky in love, and then I got lucky in love. And he blessed me with allowing me to become a housewife.
I actually wasn't surprised that she's a housewife, you know. Even you know, like when we make comments, some of the comments she makes, you can see she's like, oh, how does that happen? Oh, where is that place?
She's lovely. Did I say that before? She's sweet.
Yes, sweet.
There's some days where I would love to just walk and shop and cook and clean.
It's easy because Richard's a very easy husband. He really is. He doesn't give trouble at all.
Oh, good.
I need a Richard, you know. I can sit at home and be sweet, but I'd certainly drink more wine. How long have you been here?
I've been here about a year and a half now, and it's been quite an experience. Quite an experience. Just, you know, being in a place where your color is embraced, for me, as an American, as a black woman in America, is just empowering and uplifting and just amazing, you know? So that's just been a really great...
Give me a hug. Edit that bit. I want this.
It's like there's just too much drama in the table. People are hugging each other. Oh, my darling, give me a hug. Oh, this is lovely. I love Americans. Oh, Karen. And I can see Karen is falling for it.
We all originated from there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He tends to take over conversations in the table, so it actually makes it difficult because we end up competing, you know, to say something.
Have you thought of having braids or?
You know, it's funny you say that. I've done all that.
Phil is great. Absolutely great. He's keeping the party alive.
Hey, man, I love your jeans.
I thought I talked a lot until I met Phil.
Sorry, Karen, do you feel like this is an interrogation? I mean, you know.
He is, you know, a personality with a capital P. And I think it's going to be hard for the rest of us to get a word in edgewise. I think we can do it. I think we're just going to have to keep breaking in the conversation.
I'm thinking, am I rambling here?
Definitely. The last dish to serve is dessert. Sweet potato pie with squirty cream, Kentucky Derby pie with squirty cream, and fruit salad with, guess what? Yes, squirty cream.
This sweet potato pie, fruit salad. I'm sorry, Beloy, I did not make 2 pies, so I have a little alcohol in the other one. But
Karen's hoping Beloy may waive his religious principles for a slice of pie.
So it
you
actually
want a
breaks
piece of
them.
the Kentucky Derby pie then?
You want to give it a try?
No, I wouldn't want to try.
It's delicious.
No, I think I'm fine.
Okay.
I think I'm fine. Just in case there's a bit of
Okay, no.
1% left.
No.
By the way, I promise you, you will still get to heaven. You don't get like $8.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing you don't.
You know, for not drinking alcohol.
It's a lifestyle, and once you understand the lifestyle and the purpose, it's not a rule. It's not like it's imposed on you. Nothing is imposed on you. You make choices.
You don't need alcohol to have fun.
No.
Exactly.
No, you don't. You're absolutely right. You don't need alcohol to have fun, but it does make the fun funner.
Sometimes alcohol just makes you loud, and you think you're having fun, and that's not necessarily fun.
Not sure he got the hint, Beloy.
The dessert was really tough to get through.
Dessert was good. Was delicious, especially the Kentucky Derby pie.
Well, that's one happy customer.
I was not happy with the dessert at all, the way it looked and everything.
I'm going to give Karen a 6.
I think for good hosting skills and a not so good menu, I'm gonna give Karen a 6.
I'm going to give Karen an 8.
With that generous score from Charisse, Karen's disaster of a day still managed to net her a respectable score of 20. Day 2 dawns, and the contest is at Dr. Phil's. Meanwhile, Beloy treats himself to a hot wash and polish, while Phil deconstructs his personality.
Beloy, I don't know. He's really, you know, there's something there that's like in the back of my mind is saying, watch this guy.
He's watching you.
Last night was a bit of a one-man show, and I hope that today it's gonna improve.
It may not improve. It's his house, his terms. Phil's starter is Robinson Crusoe char-grilled asparagus raft, lashed with smoked salmon, drizzled with beurre noisette.
very, very fancy.
Yeah, this is a little delicate.
Well, it's not mac and cheese.
It's not surprising that it's actually Phil's menu. Everything is exaggerated. I mean, it's like an essay, man. Char grilled, it's like a whole paragraph just for the starter. It's food. Robinson Crusoe asparagus. Robinson Crusoe. Or is it the guy that discovered asparagus? Sounds like someone's name, or the founder of asparagus, or he owns an asparagus farm. I don't know.
Yeah, general knowledge is not his strong point. Phil is chopping lemons for his sauce. He's making beurre noisette or heated butter.
See, sometimes if I get nervous, I can always go back into the closet.
Yeah, moving on. When he does come out, Phil's main will be a filet de boeuf en croûte. Get it? Filet. It'll be served with exotic wild mushrooms and tarragon sauce.
Fillet.
Yes, fillet. Boom, boom.
Fillet, okay.
I could do with the fillet, you know? Could do with the fillet, especially after the KFC last night.
Wrapped in a pastry blanket that's still delicate.
Well, it's not pasta with 100 weight of cheese. Phil is even delicately making his own pastry.
Yes.
The dough will be placed in the fridge to be removed later and rolled again, and then removed for a third time and rolled yet again. Very professional.
A fabulous tool. I love my tools. I have that tool. I have this tool. But as my friend Chris said, a fool with a tool is still a fool.
All the gear and no idea.
I do the mushrooms and I certainly do the beef fillet, and I can imagine him putting his heart and soul into it and making it very tender and juicy and tasty.
Bit like you, Charisse.
Just mushrooms. What does it have to have 5 names? But anyway, we're all different.
You can say that again. Dr. Phil is carefully wrapping his beef in Parma ham and pastry, but this poses a problem for Beloy.
My beef is wrapped in Parma ham. Ta-da! So his is going to have a separate little one, you know. So he's going to be the special child.
Not special, just different. With that sorted, Phil moves on to his grandly named dessert. Chocolate fondant mountains on creamy white beaches of homemade vanilla ice cream.
I love. It's going to be awesome.
I love chocolate.
That's a nice dessert. I really hope it comes out. It actually looks like it's a menu to beat.
Impressed at last.
I hope he spoils it.
Not very kind. One of Phil's trickiest dishes are his chocolate fondants. They have to be taken from the oven in the nick of time for a gooey centre. Get a cloth, Phil.
Chocolate heaven. Yum.
No, this is a good menu.
I was actually expecting a braai.
I did not expect this from Phil. No, I expected a potjie.
Like boerewors, chops, potjiekos, something like that.
This is a lovely menu.
This is the winning menu.
Well, it certainly sparked interest in the guests. Time to add some delicate touches to the decor, and Phil is ready to win.
How pretty.
And after a pretty impressive day of cooking and beautifying, Dr. Phil's surgery is open.
Right.
First in is chief competitor Beloy.
Hello, Beloy. How's it, man?
Good on yourself, man.
Excellent. Good to see you.
Lovely,
come inside.
lovely,
Come
lovely.
inside.
Yes, lovely, lovely, lovely. Time to square up, boys.
Cheers.
Dr. Phil.
Thanks, man.
And none too soon, the ever-sweet director of Home Affairs,
Right.
Charisse.
Welcome. Come inside.
Thank you so
Don't you look
much.
lovely, huh?
So do you.
Come inside. Thanks,
Thank you.
Inside.
I plan to party with you.
Really?
But on appetizer for the moment.
Good. She said she's going to try and party like me. Ha. But I'd love to see it.
So would we. Last in, it's Karen.
Darling. How's it? Are you well?
Phil has turned mixologist and is knocking up some caipirinhas for the ladies.
Wow.
You do what you gotta do, man.
You use what you got, you can do anything. But you know what they say as well? A fool with a tool is still a fool.
You've used that joke, Phil.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so
here we go.
much. Yeah, it's good. I didn't really like it.
Amazing! Charisse didn't like something. Phil cracks on with plating up his starter while the guests discuss his menu.
And that.
Didn't think that there would be something as delicate
Something,
as like
yeah.
salmon and asparagus. I thought it was going to be meat, and meat.
Me
I was
too.
thinking of
So, yeah.
Potjie after last
yeah,
night.
so-
Yes, there's more to Phil than meets the eye.
More than you might think.
Yes, we will get to the bottom of it.
Yes.
The first dish to be scrutinised is the starter. Char-grilled asparagus rafts, lashed with smoked salmon, drizzled with beurre noisette.
Looks good.
Aloe,
Thank you, Phil.
Cherise.
Gorgeous, thank you.
So, did the Robinson Crusoe dish float their boats or leave them stranded?
So much.
Well, I definitely expected more salmon. And I expected, I guess, the asparagus to be sort of, you know, I don't know, not as hard.
I've never eaten salmon before, and I tried it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. The asparagus got a bit much. It was just too much, and I'm used to asparagus in a can.
Where have you been?
I have forgot something. It's not necessarily a critical part of the meal, but I'm going to finish it off.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Before you go. Are these edible flowers?
Yes, they are.
Maybe better forgotten.
That's lovely.
Okay, now I'm totally confused, Phil.
You're melting my heart.
I really, really didn't expect flowers.
No. So, Phil, does your good lady also cook, or are you the cook in the house?
Cherise clearly can't believe a man can cook this well.
I am the cook in the house,
Okay.
but there's no good lady in the house.
So okay, so I know you're divorced, but I thought you had someone
Yes.
here.
No, I'm not single.
Okay, you're not single.
There's a good man in my life.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, there's a good man in my life.
Okay.
There you go.
See,
It put the menu in a little more perspective for me, to be honest.
It was a bit of a shock for me. I'm a bit conservative, so it was a lot to swallow.
So that explains the edible flowers.
What, because he's not a poiky kind of guy?
I never imagined in my life that I'd be having dinner with,
You can say it.
yeah. So it was.
I think Beloy is a bit like, oh my word, I think it's just too much for the youngster.
It's something I'm not used to, so I don't know how to react to it. Congratulate you, yeah, well done, or congratulations, I don't know.
He's probably considering how grateful he is. He's sitting on the other side of the table.
That's probably more to do with your jokes. The guests digest their starter while Phil finishes his main.
There was a long wait between starters and main. I was hungry.
She prefers an American portion.
There was a long break, and you want to have your starter and then have your main course.
Well, he's had to thrice roll his pastry for this dish and make a pork-free version for Beloy.
oh my God.
Phil is proud to serve filet de boeuf en croûte. That's tender beef fillet wrapped in a pastry blanket with crunchy potato croquettes, steamed fresh greens and glazed carrots.
Thank you, Baya.
Thank you, Phil. Wow.
Something wrong?
Thank you.
Lovely.
I was really afraid when I saw that red meat on my plate.
The meat was it was rare for me. It was rarer than I liked it.
It is virtually mooing.
I was just happy that I didn't get the other plate.
I think my meat was too rare.
Yes, they think so too, but it hasn't stopped them from tucking in. Karen wants to talk about life in South Africa.
It's out of focus, but just keep eating. But I tell you that 11 official languages is just crazy.
I speak 9.
Nine?
9 languages?
Yeah, but
9 of the official 11.
yeah, because
Stop. No.
my home language is Shangaan. Yeah, but most of them are close to each other. Like if you know Zulu, you can almost speak Xhosa. So
Okay, I've heard that, but still, that's not.
If I gave you a sentence, could you put it in all 9 languages for me?
yes.
I battle to speak more than English, and it's just amazing that he speaks all those languages without even trying. I love you, my darling wife.
And I thought it was very cool to have Beloy say, you know, I love you, my darling, in all the languages.
In Shangaan, it's Nakoranza Nkatawamin.
Sure.
Yeah, that's my home language. So it sounds like French, very romantic.
Okay.
Venda ndiyanifuna musazi wanga, in Pedi kiyawakata musadi wanga, in Xhosa ndiyakuthanda mfazi wam, and in Afrikaans ek is lief vir jou my liefie my bokkie. When the ladies were enjoying my language skills, I saw a sense from Phil that he was a bit, he felt a bit out of place. No, he felt a bit ignored, a bit, a bit jealous.
Yeah, Beloy's got some interesting ability with languages. But is that it?
9 languages, is that it? Come on, Phil, top that.
I have a couple of accents because you know, mate. I used to live in Birmingham.
Yeah?
11 years I lived in Birmingham, mate. All right, and we drink a beer, a pint.
I've never heard a Brummy talk like that.
Come on, give us another one.
Well, you know, there's always those Americans, you know.
I knew we were going to go there at some point.
All those Americans, you gotta love them. Where would we be without them?
Yes, yes, yes.
He's got to work on his accents, Phil has to.
I could say, you know, take a little more to get to Hollywood.
No, I don't think it's that great. I think it's a bit of a chance.
Phil's last chance for points is his dessert. Chocolate fondant mountains with homemade vanilla ice cream.
Dessert is served.
Thank you so much.
Tuck in, guys.
Now for the moment of truth. Is the fondant gooey? No, it's solid.
You got glue. You got.
I didn't have the explosion part of it, but I thought it tasted good. The ice cream was really good.
Yeah.
Thanks, sweetheart.
No, the dessert was nice. Thanks, Phil. The dessert was quite nice, even though mine didn't go gooey.
Do you consider yourself a foodie?
I'm not that bad.
You're pretty hot in the kitchen.
I try. I'm a foodie in that regard.
Okay.
That I love my food and I'm passionate
Good.
about food. Yeah.
Beloy says he's a bit of a foodie. He says he likes food. That doesn't qualify you as a foodie. You have to cook food.
Both so competitive.
I was planning on giving him an 8 because the food was quite nice, but I think we actually waited a long time between the meals, and for that, I'm going to opt for a well-deserved 7.
I'm giving you a 7.
I'm going to give Phil a 7.
So with 7s across the board, Phil gets a solid 21 points, placing him in the lead. It's day 3, and today's host is perfect housewife Charisse. As she's used to waiting on her husband hand and foot, a dinner for 4 should be an absolute doddle.
I still think my biggest competition is Charisse. Because I don't believe that Beloy is much of a foodie.
With a dominating character like that, you don't want to be taken off the stage. So I for that 5 minutes where all attention was on Mr. Beloy, Phil felt a bit left out. I think he wished he could speak a bit of Zulu there just to add to the spice, but unfortunately.
I think it would be fun tonight to sort of spark that flame between the both of them in that little competition by maybe paying a little more attention to one of them and seeing how the other one reacts.
I've got a few things on the pipeline, and I'm just going to take center stage. I'm looking forward to tonight's host. I think it's going to be fun.
Poor Charisse, she doesn't want sparring, just a nice night. Oblivious, she's preparing her starter. Cream of chili biltong and exotic mushroom soup with freshly baked beer bread.
It's South African. There's a nice South African flavour in here. There's an interesting bit of the chili and the biltong, so it's got some mixes of cultures.
I'm hoping it's going to go down well. But I am really, truly so nervous right now.
Not so excited about biltong.
Surely she'll be asked to leave South Africa.
Okay.
I'm not a soup person, so I'm not really looking forward to another soup.
Thinking my soup is a little bit salty.
Better luck with the beer bread then.
I'm sure there's going to be a special bread made for me, because I don't drink beer.
I'll tell him it's made with beer, and I will apologise for not having had a plan B.
Salty soup and no bread. Bad luck, Beloy. On to the main. Mama's cheeky cashew and cherry chicken curry served with basmati rice.
Cashew and cherries. I've had that combination before. I like that.
It's not as dramatic or exciting as mine was.
Of course it's not, Phil. Her dessert may give you a run for your money, though. Creme brulee infused with rose water, decadent chocolate truffles, cappuccino ice cream and chili choco mousse. An array any housewife would be proud of.
She has a trolley of desserts. Oh my.
4 desserts. Wow.
The dessert is the highlight of the menu.
She's saving the work for the dessert because there's not much work in the mains.
Oh, meow! The normally serene Charisse is still looking stressed out as she tackles her puds.
I'm happy with the efforts, but I'm not saying the final product is very good. I'm happy with my desserts. My soup's salty, and I think my mains, I'm not getting the taste, the flavour I wanted, and I've undercooked. I usually cook far too much, but I've cooked not enough. But it's too late now.
It certainly is. You should have made more bread. After a frantic day, the hostess only has time to mop her furrowed brow and have a quick change of attire.
I'm nervous. I'm stressed. No, I don't have too much confidence left, so I'll just have to try and be a good hostess, welcome them, and perhaps I can disguise the food with my warm welcome.
Phil the foodie arrives.
How's it? How are you?
How are you?
And immediately sets about helping himself to a drink.
Okay, I think I've got another guest. Let me have a look.
Namaste.
Bizarrely, Beloy has opted for a Bollywood outfit.
Beloy today,
You know-
Sangeet Pariyachi.
And a slightly dodgy alter ego for the evening.
You know, Phil.
Namaste, namaste.
What happened to Beloy? Aladdin. We've got Aladdin tonight.
By the fact that Beloy had arrived in the fancy dress Halloween outfit, dressed as Aladdin.
Aladdin? Wrong country, Dr. Phil.
Today I'm Sangeet Pariyachi.
Sure.
This is all proving too much for Phil.
Is that why you were late? Because your magic carpet got stuck in the traffic.
No, that's Middle East.
Oh, is it?
Good for him. You know what? Good for him.
Do you really mean that? Last in, but no doubt with a healthy appetite, it's Karen.
American Queen, you look stunning.
Nice to see you again.
Great
Awesome.
to see you. Look at this.
Namaste, namaste.
He is making a statement. I think that's fabulous. I think it's great to see another side of him.
I love Beloy. He's gorgeous. I thought Phil was my man, but Beloy's my man.
Oh, you love everyone.
Oh, love it.
Sanjeev is here just to add a bit of spice to the evening.
Well, don't rely on the soup to spice proceedings up.
Karen doesn't eat biltong, and I should have made another plan, but I didn't. But I think she's also quite game to try.
She may be game, but will she like it? Cream of biltong and exotic mushroom soup.
There you go, Phil.
Look at that.
Yeah, just look at it. Now it's time to break the news to Beloy about the bread.
Beloy, I know you don't take alcohol in your bread, but in your anything, but it's a little bit. If you would like to try it, that would be awesome.
I think
You're gonna miss?
I'm gonna miss it.
Okay.
Do you have other bread for me?
I don't. I apologize profusely. I'm so sorry.
So I thought it was something small that she could have easily done. I don't know why she overlooked it, but maybe she was stressed. It was a tough morning.
I actually get kind of frustrated with people who do not make an effort to try something.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, once you cook something, the alcohol
I
evaporates.
apologize.
When you cook any meal with alcohol, within minutes the alcohol is evaporated and gone.
Not everyone drinks like you, Phil. Oh dear, Karen's gagging.
I'm so sorry, Cherise.
Do not force it. I'm not offended
I'm
at
sorry.
all.
I could have lived my whole life without tasting that.
I'm not
Karen
offended
ignores the soup and asks Beloy his views on women in the workplace.
If you
This should be good.
prefer to-
So I did want to ask you what you see the role of as men, in marriage as men and women.
You don't have to work if you don't want to work. But if you want to, it's a choice that you want. It's a choice that you want to make.
So you think women don't have to work?
If they don't, if they don't have to. But if they want to, it's still fine. But they don't have to work.
But don't they have to eat? Don't they have to live? Don't they have to...
What do you mean it's still fine? I mean, that's very gracious of you.
It's okay if she wants to work.
If she wants to work, no, it's fine. I respect.
That is so
It's so outdated, so old-fashioned.
My role of being a housewife and looking after him and serving him dinners and lunches and breakfasts and vitamins and coffee in bed.
So you serve him coffee in bed.
Every single morning when he's home, he gets coffee in bed.
Why?
Because I like to do that.
I guess as someone who takes care of themselves and works, I'm surprised that people, in the 21st century, we still have these roles of men and women.
Because she's been single for too long. So I think that's
Careful, Beloy. No.
Obviously, okay, I need to start that again.
No, let's just move on. With only some appetite sated by the starter, it's time for Charisse to try to turn her iffy main into a resounding hit. And that's waiting time that Phil fills with drinking.
Everything on that menu could have been prepared hours in advance.
Hurry up, Charisse!
Well, I'm just not happy with my chicken dish. It doesn't taste good. I don't quite know how to fix it.
It's coming, eventually, in my lifetime, while I'm young, while my boobs are up.
Finally, Mama's cheeky cashew and cherry chicken curry is ready, but has the model wife rescued it?
Is everybody going to need an
We're good. We're good.
Okay.
Are you good?
No.
It was too yellow. Just looked like some old custard. It didn't work out. I'm still confused what flavor she was actually trying to put out there.
I thought the chicken needed a lot more seasoning. I didn't taste any cashew. And the rice needed some more salt as well. I've never had strawberry water before. I've had cucumber water and
You're a
lemon
darling,
water.
you know that.
But I've never had strawberry water, and it's actually a nice, refreshing taste.
Why are you talking about water and not the food?
Eat mine.
Why wouldn't you eat yours?
For all the cooking lessons in the world and all the practicing I've been doing, I've buggered up.
As much as she was trying to be strong and all sweet, oh, don't worry, guys. But I think it hurts a bit.
Particularly since she's a housewife, and entertaining is, I would expect, one of the main things you do. For that not to come out the way she wanted, I felt bad for her.
It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Forgive me, guys.
I'm experiencing different tastes. You can't screw up chicken, but she screwed it up.
The wait between the starter and the mains was really, really long, which I think probably contributed to how we were starting to act.
From custard chicken to bargain basement Bollywood. At least it's amused Charisse.
Next.
Phil felt a bit left out today. But he's welcome. I can teach him the ballet dance.